In ancient prehistory, long before humans had really begun to have a disproportionate impact on the natural world, we shared this planet with many species of very large animal, of megafauna. The most iconic of these are the mammoth and the mastodons in the icy northern wastelands, and the saber-toothed tigers that lived and hunted in more temperate climates. But these examples are just the tip of the evolutionary iceberg. To help you imagine all of this Pleistocene wildlife, consider that there were great forests and rugged grassland filled with giant armadillo, giant hyenas, giant beavers, giant sloths, giant tortoises. There were saiga, aurochs, direwolves, and massive flightless birds, like the moa and the more carnivorous creatures known as the terror birds. Recently, a new species of large, flightless Pleistocene bird has been discovered and analyzed in a paper published in the Journal of Vertebrate Paleontology. This new species is the Pachistruthio demanicensis, and it was discovered in Europe, making it the first large, flightless Pleistocene bird to be found outside of the southern hemisphere. All of the other finds were in Australia and New Zealand and Madagascar, or were from earlier eons like the Cenozoic. The bird's fossilized femur bone was found in the Crimean Peninsula in 2017, in a cave filled with giant hyena bones. The researchers speculate that a giant hyena may have hunted the giant bird, killed it, and brought it back to its den. Or perhaps whatever lived in this cave 2 million years ago was hunting both giant birds and giant hyena. Anyway, the femur bone was very well preserved, allowing the researchers to compare it to the femurs of other species of giant Pleistocene birds, and regional birds from earlier eras that may have been ancestral to this new genus. When they studied the femur in detail, they were able to make determinations of its size and its physiology, like the way it moved its legs and its capacity for running. Here's a passage from the study, giving you a glimpse into this animal's anatomy and lifestyle, and the greater ecology in which it lived. The researchers say, quote, "Although similar in size to elephant birds, Pachistruthio differs from Apiornis maximus and other large birds in having a relatively gracile and elongate femur, comparable to, although notably larger than, that of modern ostriches and smaller species of moa, apiornithids, and forest rachids. The overall similarity to the modern ostrich indicates that Pachistruthio was a better runner than the graviportal giant species of apiornithids. This distinctive morphological feature may be explained by the continental distribution of Pachistruthio. In contrast to other giant birds, Pachistruthio lived with a variety of highly specialized, large carnivorous mammals, such as the giant cheetah, Actionix pardonensis, the giant hyenas, Pachycrocuta brevirostris, and saber-toothed cats, the Comatherium species, Meganterian species, etc. It has been shown that large animals, including such massive forms as young Mammuthus, constituted a significant part of the prey of some early Pleistocene carnivoran mammals, especially Homotherium. However, the great body mass of Pachistruthio suggests that it might not have been as good a runner as modern ostriches. Because of their huge size, adult individuals of Pachistruthio were obviously less vulnerable than young individuals and smaller Struthio ostriches." Unquote. They're basically saying that this Pachistruthio lived in a biodiverse habitat. There was a lot of other fauna around, including a lot of carnivores, but somehow it was able to evade a lot of these carnivores, and it wasn't a big part of their diet because it was perhaps able to outrun them. Maybe it wasn't as fast as ostriches are today, but ostriches today are still really fast and can outrun a lot of their predators. This is just me speculating, but Pachistruthio could have 80% of the speed of a modern ostrich. That's probably a lowball estimate, and it would still be able to relatively easily avoid predators or outrun them. Perhaps they couldn't outrun the predators absolutely, and instead relied on the predators choosing to go after slower giant birds, or perhaps smaller variants of the giant birds, smaller, weaker ones. Now, back to the research, the scientists also estimated that the adult Pakistruthio domanicensis was close to 12 feet tall and almost 1,000 pounds, or around 450 kilograms. So it was a huge bird. It would have been a large and influential actor in the Eurasian Pleistocene ecology. Outside of the paper itself, the researchers speculated that the Pakistruthio domanicensis extinction could have been due, wholly or in part, to human hunters. Perhaps these giant flightless birds tasted really good, and early humans in the area preferred them to other prey animals. This was the case with another giant flightless bird in New Zealand called the moa, which was hunted to extinction within 130 years of humans arriving on the islands. However, the researchers didn't find any direct evidence of human involvement, either on the fossils themselves or in the cave itself. So until new data is found, like a new specimen somewhere else, this variable of human interaction is just speculation. As for the species being a new discovery, it's one more piece in the puzzle, one more set of data helping us to recreate and understand some of the more recent eons in the natural history of the Earth.